It's the end of the month, so we're just gonna talk about decks that I hopefully will use because I basically took a month off tarot, which is funny because I literally said like in my May video they took 2 weeks off, hence why I was filming it late, and then I basically didn't use any of those decks. Like I did, like I'll probably, because I'm filming this on the 28th, no 29th. I'm filming this on the 29th. So knowing me, I will like quickly rush through as many of the prompts for weavers as I can get through on my weekdays off. But yeah, I accidentally took a whole month off of tarot, basically. So here's hoping that I actually like use any of these. First it's gonna be the Modern Witch. If you've seen my last video, you know this only comes out in June, and that's fine. I have come to accept this. I can't explain what it is about this modern interpretation of the RWS that to me has slotted itself as being queer, because it's actually not the most queer tarot that exists, but in my brain this sits in Pride Month, and that's fine. But yeah, here are the backs. Although at this point I feel like everyone's probably seen this deck, but I don't want to assume. People may be new, but if you're new and you somehow magically found me, if you're new to tarot and you somehow magically found my account, that's kind of impressive, to be honest. Because I'm bad at marketing my, like, doing all of the YouTube things. Okay, so, this is the Radical Abundance, which you probably also saw if you saw my last video, because it literally came up as well. These are the backs. These are just very simple keywords. Oops. This deck's kind of a weirdly thick, not thick, it's not a thick mat, but it's a weird sticky mat. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, this is a summer deck, and I don't know, there's 2 decks here that I'm like, well, actually, you know what, no, sorry, I was about to be like, there's 2 decks, so I'm not sure how much I'm actually using them, but I'm gonna try to make an effort for both of them really solidly. One of them, I forgot I had set aside. I forgot that I had set aside this deck to work with this month. So the other one I might wait till July. Because they're both decks that I don't work with a whole ton. So I don't want to like just lock myself into articles that I don't use a whole lot. So, speaking of decks that I don't use a whole lot, but I love this deck. I really do. This is the Equivalent Exchange Tarot, and I do believe it's out of print. I managed to look, like, one of the artists was selling a copy, and I managed to snag it, like 4 years ago. This is one of my first decks. So these are the backs. This is a, multiple artist deck. I will say that. But this is my first fandom deck, was this Fullmetal Alchemist Tarot. I love it, but it doesn't come out all that often. And I think part of it is I've yet to find things that really pair with it. And maybe I just need to like really sit down with all my oracles and figure out what really goes with this. Because there's a couple things I think like kind of work, but like, honestly, they've never really, nothing's really like stood out to me. I appreciate this now more than I did when I got it, but I love that the aces are just the elemental symbol. Obviously when I was new to tarot that kind of bugged me, but now like this deck is everything. And yes, it's multiple styles, but they're all so just like well done, and they're in world, and it makes me so happy. But yeah, this is the Equivalent Exchange Tarot, which hopefully I will spend a decent amount of time trying to find decent pairings for, so that I use this more. Then I also decided, because I also had this out because I was talking about it in my last video, that I was going to use the Urban Tarot this month. these are the backs. Pretty sure that these are some of the exact same. Hang on. This is the exact same. No, I just realized that like these cards were in the same order that they were last time I showed this deck off. So, and of course we happen to show like the most triggering card in the whole deck. I am so sorry. But yeah, this is a largely Thoth inspired deck. It's got the Thoth keywords and the Thoth court titles. And yeah, this is also one of my study decks, and I have not really been using my study decks this year. And when I haven't blown them out, I've not been like actually working in my workbooks with them, so I need to make sure that this month I definitely get some work in that book. So that's the plan, and part of the reason why I pulled this out. But also, I just think that like I sort of have like a largely sort of modern. I mean, other than you know, Fullmetal Alchemist. I just realized how like absolutely scuffed the gilding is on this corner. It's fine. But then because I decided that I'm not going to use that deck, these are the two oracles that I grabbed. Or the other two oracles that I grabbed. This is the Nocturna. This was my first ever oracle deck that I bought. These are the backs. They are just these. This is by Creamy Moon. These are just these gorgeous, I believe they're watercolor paintings of plants and flowers and things that are tied to the night. And I love this deck so much, even though there are no keywords. So I am a little bit reliant on the guidebook, but I don't really mind, because this is just such a pretty deck. But yeah, that's that deck. At some point maybe I'll get her tarot, especially now that I'm like, because when I started reading tarot pip decks scared the living daylights out of me. I'm not comfortable with them, but they don't scare me as much. I have a couple in my collection. And her tarot's the Animal Monday. Animal Monday. But maybe, who knows? I may not. I say that I will, and maybe someday I will. This is the Language of Flower Oracle by Sherilyn Darcy. These are the backs. I was about to be like, I think this might... I don't know why I had this realization that I was like, is this the first mass market? And I was like, no. Urban Tarot and Modern Witch are both also mass markets. But all of the other decks have been indie. So it's a half and half. I love this deck. I don't really have anything else to say about this deck. Like it's you know, if you've seen a Sherilyn Darcy deck, you've kind of seen them all a little bit, in the sense like she's a very distinct style to her work that I quite enjoy. But yeah, this is my Sherilyn Darcy deck. And it really only comes out in like the spring and summer, and that's fine. Like, I'm totally okay with having decks that only just come out. Like, obviously I still use the Modern Witch, and I literally only bring that out in June, so you know. But that's sort of the plan. The other deck that will, I might as well show this off. I might try to do like some readings with it, but like I'm not. This is the deck for Wonder Walking. I have literally had this for forever, and it just kind of sits around, and I always think, oh, I'm gonna do stuff with it, and then I just like never do. I even have like the huge giant like guidebook. So I edged mine in this like dark blue. That doesn't really match the backs, but it's what I had at the time. I like that it's like showing up more like bright. I mean, it's a pretty like bright blue, but it's not quite as saturatedly blue. These are the backs. Yeah. I need to use the deck more, and maybe I'll use it this month. And I think probably it's gonna come out in probably June, but maybe, who knows, maybe I will actually like, oh, I'm pulling these upside down. Who knows, maybe I'll actually like go outside. I live in a really like wooded area, so maybe I'll go on a walk, take one of these. I don't know, we'll see. I have it out, so I figured I'd show it off, just because it may or may not be working this month. I will update you next month if I even pull this out once. But I figure I'm more likely to pull it out if it is sitting in the basket over there than it's sitting in my room. So that's why I grabbed it. But we'll see. We'll see what I end up doing with this, if anything. You know, this also assumes that I actually, you know, get around to doing any tarot this month. So, but yeah, that's sort of the hopeful goals and hopeful goals and expectations I'm setting for myself. And yeah, thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you later. Bye.